H.H.Holmes is known as the US's first recorded serial killer and likely killed 130 people in his murder castle. He was born into a wealthy family in New Hampshire in 1861. He was said to be an exceedingly intelligent child with an interest in the human skeleton and medicine. To satisfy this, he would capture animals, kill them, and perform surgery on their bodies. Holmes may have also been responsible for the death of one of his childhood friends. He started his life of scams and frauds while he was studying at medical school. He would take out life insurance policies on people he found in the morgue and then disfigure their bodies and allow them to be discovered and claim the money. He also used the bodies for experiments and dissections. He then began working at a pharmacy in Chicago, where the owner died under mysterious circumstances. Holmes convinced his widow to sell him the pharmacy. The widow would then also disappear, apparently moving away. Holmes then ordered the construction of a 3-story giant house near the pharmacy. The locals called this the castle. It is possible that Holmes may have killed to acquire the land the house was built on. Holmes decided to open the house as a hotel, and it had well over 100 rooms. The hotel would become known as the Murder Castle. The Murder Castle was equipped with secret rooms, trapdoors that led to the basement where he kept a crematorium and large barrels of acid, soundproof rooms, doors that locked from the outside, doors disguised as part of the walls and bookshelves, and a large gas canister with a system of pipes to asphyxiate his victims. He mostly murdered young women who stayed at his hotel who all worked there. He required all his workers to take out life insurance under his name so when he murdered them, he could claim the money. He also became engaged with many women so he could secure their life savings before murdering them. When he was done with bodies, he would disfigure them, cremate them, dissolve their bodies in acid, and even sometimes sell their skeletons to medical schools. Holmes then decided to leave his murder castle behind because the police began to suspect him of insurance fraud and arson after his pharmacy burnt down. He would travel across the United States committing insurance fraud. He did this with the help of his friend, Peitzel. He would take out a life insurance policy on Peitzel and then fake his death. They did this in 8 different states. Holmes was caught a few times and went in and out of jail, but never stayed for too long. Holmes was supposed to find a body that was similar to Peitzel for a $10,000 insurance scam, but instead murdered the real Peitzel by lighting him on fire, possibly so he didn't have to share the money. He then convinced Peitzel's widow that he was still alive and just in hiding. He then took 3 of their 5 children under his custody and began a journey up to Canada. In Toronto, Holmes killed the 3 children and hid their nude bodies underneath a house, because he thought they might start to get suspicious. The police began to link him to the disappearance of Peitzel's children and searched his house. They of course found bodies that were so disfigured and dismembered that they couldn't tell how many there were. Holmes was arrested and initially confessed to 28 murders, but this number rose to a more likely 130. Some historians believe he could have killed upwards of 200, with most of them being women. While in prison, he insisted that the devil made him do it. 2 years after his arrest, he was hanged in 1896. He was buried in a case of concrete, which he requested to stop grave robbers. This made people believe that Holmes had actually faked his death using his immense wealth and had a fake body buried in his place, and that Holmes may have kept killing even after his supposed death. The murder castle burned down after 2 suspicious men entered the building. Many people at the time believed this to be Holmes and the devil coming back to hide the evidence from their dastardly deeds. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like and subscribe for more killer stories.